Thank you, everybody, for coming into the Fall River Experiment, where we support Fall River, promote Fall River, and talk Fall River. Today, I got a good friend of mine, it's Nate Carroll. Call him Shonuff. Is it Shonuff, right?
Yeah.
Shonuff or Shonuff, whatever you guys want to call him. I call him Shonuff.
Yeah.
But you guys are going to learn 3 things today: real estate, entrepreneurship, and not to judge a book by its cover. Nate, let them know. Tell them about yourself.
That's what's up, man. Thank you for having me. Fall River, born and raised, local real estate agent out here. You know what I mean? Know you for a little bit, so it's cool reaching out, getting up with you.
When we met, you weren't doing real estate. You were down at OPT.
Yeah, with
Costa and Fitzy.
Costa, yeah. Shout out them too. That's what's up. Yeah, definitely.
They're doing good. Costa's doing big things down at Ocean Square right now.
Yeah, I see him on the gram. He's got like a son now and everything, right? Everybody's growing up.
Kid's about to be in 1st grade.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, so how'd you get into real estate? Let everybody know. What did it come straight from OPT or?
No, it was a little bit of like a process. So, but at that time I was there. I was with a girl and she was buying a 3-family. So that kind of started it. She got her 3-family. Then I got a different job somewhere else for like 2 years, 3 years. I bought a 3-family for myself, and after I got that, then I went into real estate. I got my license.
Do you still have that apartment full of sneakers?
Yeah. I still got like a lot of sneakers. I'm really on it, you know what I mean? I used to be, but yeah.
Well, now I notice that it's like almost like grown man sneakers that you get now. Like, you know what I mean? I remember when I first met, it was every pair of Air Forces. Like it was. If you guys don't know him, he used to have an apartment with just sneakers, man. It was one of the coolest things, man. I hate to put you on the spot. I'm not trying to blow up your spot.
Nah, that was dope. But it was good times right there. You know what I'm saying?
Really freaking cool. And you're still on your shit. You're still one of the most stylish people I know. You always stay fresh. That's why I put on the Bel Air jersey. I put this on for him. It's my first time wearing this. My little brother bought this for me.
That's dope.
And I was like, yo, I've had this for a couple months. I'm going to put it on for Nate's interview.
That's funny, man.
Because you really are. You're the Fresh Prince of Fall River, man.
You got to do it like, yo, apartment full of sneakers. People get side apartments for worse reasons. So, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Those was good days right there.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to turn this extra room into a podcast room. I don't get into sneakers. I was already out of that game.
Yeah, it's expensive. You know what I'm saying? There's other things to do with your money as you get older, you know.
But now, all right, that's another thing. I did this last week with my buddy with the thing. Like, there's comedians and stand-up comics. I don't know what he ever wanted me to call him. So, what is it? Is it realtor or real estate agent? Like, what do you prefer? Like, what is it like the way to call you guys?
Yeah, so like it's 2 different things, right? When I got in, I was just a real estate agent. So like a real estate agent sells real estate, and that's what I was. But then I went over to Rhode Island, got my license over there, and I also went to a brokerage, and they required to be a realtor. So a realtor is like a guild, like you pay dues, you belong to it. So, like you can be a real estate agent, but then if you join the association of realtors or whatever, you're a realtor. You know what I'm saying?
I heard you gotta like be at a spot for like a couple years before you go on your own or something like that.
If you want to open a brokerage, I think it used to be 2 years. I think it's 3 now. Yeah.
So how do you like it?
I love it, man. I love it. It's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Changed my life. You know.
I love your videos. I told you about Richie telling us the story when you went to go show him a house.
Yeah.
And I love watching you guys all this stuff because you're a straight out of the box, not the average real estate agent or whatever you want me to, however you want to say it. You are not, and I would imagine you are really at the top of the pyramid when it comes to selling, flipping houses and all that noise.
I do all right, man. There's always people bigger than me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm new to this. Only my 2nd year full time. So I made an impact being flashy my 1st year.
So I noticed that because it was like came out of nowhere, and the next thing I know, I'm like, my boy's a real estate agent. I'm like, yo, he is moving houses. Like you and then you had the receipts to show it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, posting checks.
Now, what was I gonna say here? Now, how do you guys like get the listings on the house? Like, is that is that up for grabs or like how does that work?
Yeah, everybody's got a method. Like a lot of people I know, they'll call expireds, or like you go through a list of for sale by owners. They call them. That's like the 101 way to get it. When I got in the game, I really wasn't big into listings. Like I like buyers. I like running buyers. You know what I mean? Listings came to me just through word of mouth. Like after a while, like you might sell someone a house, and they're like, as a buyer, and they're like, oh, my father's trying to sell his house, have him call you. So
because you do both.
You build up your base. Yeah, exactly.
You don't just like show people houses. You also buy the houses and flip them too, and help people sell their houses, right?
Yeah, I'm deep. I'm trying to be deep in real estate. So I'll sell a house. I'll help someone buy a house. I want to buy my own properties, flip my own properties, do everything. Everything the game has to offer. You know what I mean?
Everybody knows it. There's money. There's so much. Like that's where the money's at. Not that there's money, and that's where the money's at. Like that's what we're gonna get into now. The entrepreneur part. Which I noticed, like, there's a lot of people out here that say that for the kids,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
say that for the community.
Right.
My God, I have never seen somebody. I coach kids, like, you know what I mean. I coach the Falcons. You know what I mean. I didn't have no kids on the team. You know what I mean. I coached them just out of like love, and because the Falcons actually approached me.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean. Asked me to, and I loved it, and the kids loved me, and it was a good mix. But that's still not compared to what you do. Like you put your money into the community. Like you don't just put your time. Like, you know what I mean. Money, the sweat, the everything. You like I love it. Like I said, like I'm gonna show the videos. Like I said, you have the receipts to prove everything. Like the giving the kid Yeezys. Now, did you hear him speaking? Nate gave a young man who said he was doing very well in school Yeezys. Now that was the story that I was told.
Right.
You just now, did you overhear him and just surprise him, or you told him to do good?
Nah, I forgot how it came about. Oh yeah, when I was at work, some girl was feeling me and she bought me some Yeezys. And I put them on. I'm like, yo, these are ugly. You know what I'm saying? But like, on me, they were ugly.
Yeah, I never seen you wear Yeezys before. Not that you can't afford them, because I know you can, but I've never seen you wear them.
I should have grabbed the Nike ones back in the day, but like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So I had them. I'm like, yo, I don't know what to do. So I did a little post, like, yo, if anybody this size wants a pair of Yeezys, you know, any kids, let me know. Some girl from the city hit me up right away, and she was like, oh, yeah, my nephew or whatever, gets straight A's, he does well.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to be at the barber shop later that day. I was like, just meet me. He came through. I hit him with some Yeezys, and you know what I mean?
And now, was that the same with the lemonade? You seen kids selling lemonade? Gave him $100.
The lemonade, I gave him $100. I was driving, and I seen him with a little lemonade stand.
All right, so this has got to be because, you know what I mean? Obviously, you're humble when it comes to the money, but this has got to be because, like you must have had not a lot before. And now have you almost like that's how I come to see it. Like it's almost like you have more than what you've ever wanted, and that's why you're sharing as well. Is that what it is?
It's crazy. Like growing up.
Because you don't just give to kids. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Nah.
You don't just do for kids. Like you know, there's people out there hurting. You help them out. You give them, you know what I mean. Give them a nice bill, some food, whatever. You know what I mean. Whatever makes you feel comfortable helping them out. It's not just kids. It's the community.
Boom, I try to do what I can when I can. You know what I'm saying?
I notice it. People notice it, not just me. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, people do, like, oh, your boy Nate, or like, oh, you ever hear this kid Nate? And I'm like, I know that kid, and it is not a front. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean, fake. This is what he does. He's always been doing this. He's always been mad, generous. Even, like, I've always said, like, you know how some people say money changes you?
Mm-hmm.
I think money just brings out the person you are more.
Agreed.
If you were greedy before, you're going to be more greedy when you get that money. If you were generous before, you're going to be more generous. And that's obviously what I seen with you. You know what I mean? You were quick to buy me a drink even when you didn't drink. Like, you know what I mean? You're always cool like that. And this is when we first met. Always respectable to, like, me and my family, my brothers. Like, I thought it was really cool. Yeah. And, it was the neighborhood of what? 4th Street you came from, right?
So growing up, I was straight money, younger in life. You know what I mean? Everything was good. And then, you know, certain, you know, things happen sometimes, you know, when with the course of, like, directions and family, so.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Boom, you know what I mean? So you can start somewhere and then, you know, you're young, you're not a man yet, you end up somewhere else in life, and you start navigating in that terrain, and that's basically, you know what I mean? That's basically what I came from, so. It was smooth. I got to see nice things, and then you get to see them slip away, and then you kind of get to climb back, you know? So it is what it is.
There's nothing better than seeing somebody come from that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And not only succeed, but succeed and share the success. Like, you know what I mean?
I think people that generally go through that.
And not that you're down here, but you still have improvement. You're gonna be moving up. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's so much ways that you go from here, and I only see you being mad, like, way more generous than you are now. I'm excited to see it, man.
You know what I mean? You only need so much, but especially with real estate, it comes so quick. You do the right things with it. You can set yourself up, and you know, it's you living for it, you working for it, you always love for it. So
you get a lot of hate.
Get a lot of what?
Do you get hate?
You're always gonna get hate no matter what. Everyone in life gets hate. You know what I'm saying? But like, I take that as a compliment too, because you know what I'm saying. I love that. Like, yo, like if somebody that might hate you, LeBron James and Mayweather, you're like, oh, I'm major. Like, you done ruined someone's day. I never met him.
And I don't see it being like street guys. I don't see it being like, you know, real people like hating on you. I see it being like a petty real estate agent, like somebody that's just like, yo, look at this guy with his backwards hat, his unorthodox approach. Like, yo, to me, everything works. Your delivery, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Your timing, everything you do works. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not surprising. Like, it's not surprising that you're successful.
Nah, like, because when I came out, I was like that. I was real flashy. But then I kind of, like, I'm more conservative in the game now. But like this to me isn't like a real estate. This is just like, yo, I know you, you know me. We're in forward, we're kicking it. If I want to wear my hat back or put it aside, you know what I'm saying? I'm not selling real estate right now.
Real.
But yeah, the haters,
They're gonna look you up.
I always yeah, exactly. I always thought that at first when people would hate, like, yo, this isn't the type of dude, like, I'd be standing outside the corner store and you'd walk by and curse at me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that type of dude. And, like, street dudes, like, I'm in my 30s, I'm not seeing no street dudes unless there's someone I came up with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not looking for nothing, but maybe you'll catch one here or there, but, like, it is what it is. That's the game. There's always going to be hate, you know what I'm saying?
What is that, right now? What's it like, your crew? Like, who you, like, you know what I mean? What's your do you, like, everybody does their own thing when you're older, you know what I mean? But, like, what's your night outs look like?
Man, it's just few and far between. You know
even if it's, like, chilling at the crib. You know?
Yeah, so, like, you know, definitely, like, being single, making good money, working hard. Like, if I'm at a night out, it's a nice restaurant. I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere with something fly.
And I know you pamper them girls. I know you cater them girls and you pamper them, too.
Stop that. But, you know,
well, you show them a good time.
I don't
you
mind
ain't no
my
sucker.
sneakers cleaned in my back rub. You know what I'm saying? If the infection's there, I'll take it. But, yeah, it's always
I should be saying that. They be catering you. They be pouring you champagne, bro.
Well, hey, man, I'm not taking them to McDonald's, you know what I'm saying?
No,
so
you
I
deserve
like
it,
yeah.
I love it. So what's the next step, man?
I want to get a lot more investing, you know what I mean? A lot more buying up properties for myself,
so
whether I rent them or flip them.
Do you do, like, businesses, like investment stuff like that, too? Like, how does that work? If somebody wanted to, like, if you've seen a property or somebody wanted to open up a business there, are you the guy to see?
If somebody wanted to buy commercial real estate, I do that, too. Me, personally, I don't put my money into commercial real estate. Like, I'll do commercial in the sense that, like, anything more than a 4 family is considered commercial. So if it's like 6, 12, 24, 48 units, I would like to buy that one day. But if somebody wanted a storefront or something like that, hit me up. Matter of fact, I got one. I got a 3-family on Pleasant Street, and it has a storefront as well. So it's a 4 unit, so buy it.
Yeah, we did. We hold on to that one on Weedamo Street. Casa was looking at that one on Weedamo.
No, she fired me.
No.
Yeah. I don't have that one no more, man.
I'll edit that.
That was a weird scenario. I'll get you a better house, though. Tell Casa to hit me up.
Yeah, Casa's looking right now with his boy.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Weedamo Street. That's a kind of a weird street anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's a big hill. No, it's a dope house. And if she decides to sell it, I wish her the best. You know what I'm saying?
So where do you stand on like? Are you a Giselle guy? You Coogan guy? You don't care about the mail, any of that noise?
I do care about. You know what I mean? It's not personal with me. I just care about the city and who's gonna do it big. Like, so check this out. Growing up, man, I was friends with Flanagan. You know what I mean? I was friends.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I see him at the casino. I'm doing my UFC bets. He's a cool guy.
So
dude.
back when he was Will Sylvia, we played basketball or whatever. It was cool. And then
you went to Sylvia?
No, he was Will. His name was Will Sylvia back then. Before Flanagan, that's how I knew him. We played ball. He was a cool kid in the neighborhood. He wasn't from my neighborhood. He would come. He would actually come and play ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't think of it looking at him now, but he'd come and ball out.
I say it now. I'm Giselle's age, and I didn't really see him around. He wasn't at Kennedy running football with us. Like, I mean? Nothing against him, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying I don't really remember him like that.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't really make an impression, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know him till he was mayor either. But, so, and then I lost touch with Will. You grow up, you do your own thing as a grown man. And, he ran for mayor. I'm like, yo, that's dope. And I seen him at a couple functions, whatever, speaking. And now, like, I bump into him time to time. Like, for years, he's always the same dude. He's always cool. I thought he was a good mayor. I thought with him is like when we started, just from my bird's eye view, making progress as a city. Like, it seemed like for the 10, 15, 20 years, like, the city was kind of stagnant to me. Like, in regards to growth. Like, I don't know about politics, but that's just how I felt. But, like, and then I was young, you know, when I wasn't making moves. And then I seen, like, things happening under his administration. And then it's funny because Giselle became mayor, and I met him at a couple functions. I chopped it up. He was all right too, so like I don't judge people by whatever.
Yeah, I was saying, Giselle's always been cool. Right?
Yeah.
He's always been cool. Same thing with Coogan and Flanagan. They've always had. Flanagan actually came to my bartending school. He's heading down to lunch, dude. Down at Sherry's place, and I seen him, and he came in with me. He just asked me what I was doing, and I was like, well, I'm just right over here at bartending school, trying to, just you know what I mean, put up my resume. Like I wanna R.I.P. to Joey Gons, but his dad. He's the man that taught me, man. You can never have enough licenses. Like, you know what I mean? This guy's got it all.
Everything.
Like, you know what I mean? He's a driving school instructor.
Shop. He's got the tenement.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I met with him because I hit him with an off-market mailer. Like, I was trying to buy houses. So I tried to get his and he called me up. I went in there. It was too much for what I could do as an investor. And I was like, yo, you should let me list it. And we were talking for a little bit, but I never got to listen. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
He's a good guy, too.
Yeah.
He's got, like, license on license. And, like, yeah, he was one of the people that told me, like, get your bartender's license, get a real estate license, even a barber license. Like, get anything that, like, you know what I'm trying to say, you can get a license
You can print money with it.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can go from being a bartender to owning a whole bunch of bars. Like, look at Louis Shea Genius, right? Like, he was a barber. He opened that one in the mall. Your dog loves me. And then, and now he's got like a whole chain. So yeah, anything you do.
Yeah, I remember being around. I went to school with Cameron. You know what I mean? So I remember when Lou started opening up all the shared geniuses. It was a big deal too when we were in school. Like, you know what I mean, we finally had a cool neighborhood shop. Like, you know what I mean, to go get our cuts and stuff.
That was like the first place in Florida you could get like a good fade back then. Like now they're on every corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they really are. And his girls doing their thing too.
Yeah.
That's cool. But where was I going with this? I got off Lotus. Seeing Coogan when I was going to lunch, came in, actually made me look cool in front of my teachers and stuff like that. Shout out to the bartender school, Shannon and Primo. They were really cool. And he came in, and it was cool. I used to get into so much shit, man. And Coogan always looked out for me. So I always look at him like he's for the community and he's for the people. Like, you know what I mean? That's just where I was going with that. Like, like if you really out for the community, if anybody's out there looking, and for the kids too.
Exactly.
Coogan is the way to go.
That's dope. I remember I gave
He's
him
almost the same way
money at Durfee too. I remember I dropped out. I was walking out junior year, and I was walking out through that last corridor, and he was standing there, and he was like, "Good luck." You know what I'm saying?
And he don't care about money and stuff like that either. So I see him doing the right thing around there. But we'll see what happens.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. So when like that's and. What do you think Fall River needs right now, when it comes to like, if you are an investor out there looking for something like, you know, I want to open up something at Fall River. My personal opinion is a nice spot, like a nice nightclub. Like, Click didn't work out, Raw Martini didn't work out, and Entourage didn't work out mainly because of like they don't really like let people come in like this, like with our stuff.
They get real fancy.
It's never gonna work out like that. And they keep hiring like 21-year-old girls that take like 45 minutes to make a mixed drink. Like, you know, that shit drives me crazy.
You go for your first club, you're gonna hire the 21 hot looking
and I
girls,
never,
and then you're gonna learn your lesson later. You gotta get a mixed bag.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm
never
saying?
wanted to judge either until I went for my bartender's license, and I'm like, yo, there's no way these people got their bars. There's no way they're taking this long to make these drinks. Like, you know, I just learned this shit. It's mad fast, and that's all I kept thinking of when I was in school. It's like, man, Fall River has so much potential for a nice spot, especially South Main Street. Shout out to Joe Gouvier. He holds it down. He doesn't really change it up. But there's so many more like properties that could be open.
Yeah.
I don't know if people remember the Copa Cabana. Like, you know what I mean? You remember Copa? I think that's what it was
on the
called.
corner of Columbia Street.
Yeah, right over there.
South Main. I thought that was Paradise.
No, that was.
Am I wrong?
Paradise was a little more down the street, I
Okay.
believe. Kind of like where the SCA PBA is.
All right.
But even they ended up closing. I ended up selling their stuff to Caravellas, from what I believe. Like,
Okay.
You know, but back to that. Like, yeah, man, I would love for somebody to open up a nice spot in Fall River. Like, you know what I mean, I could easily, hey, Lotus. I could easily tell, like, you know, all those places closed down because of the management, because of how it was run. A bunch of like young girls making. I'd rather go to Scotty's where it's like, you know what I mean. Like, I could tell it's just somebody who wants to make me a drink and just, you know, get me moving. Where it's, you know, I'm at a nice spot. I'm not trying to bash for nice spots, but that's what I mean. Do you think that's a, you know what I mean, like something you could do? Do you see if anybody's listening right now that wants to open up a spot on South Main?
Yeah, they definitely, man. South Main used to be more wild. Like when I was growing up, you had South Main Pub. You had all these crazy places that aren't even open anymore. So it's kind of like it's either a little bit more upscale or it's like blue collar, like, but not people going for nonsense. So it's cool to invest in a city wherever you can get in. I like to see that. I like to see a lot more city investments from within Fall River because
a lot of the business guys need to meet like Fall River residents in the middle. Like, you know what I mean, I know they out here trying to turn this into the next Newport. Like, you know what I mean, but that's not gonna work out.
It's never gonna happen. It's always gonna be a blue collar. Always gonna be a city because like, what are you doing for a job out here? Either like you work for the government, or you're driving like 10, 15 miles out of Fall River, working somewhere and coming back. That's good paying jobs. Or you're like in the service industry, you got 2-3 jobs, you're making it. But like most of my investors in Fall River aren't from Fall River or New Bedford. They're from out of town because the cat's out of the bag about us. Like we got cheap property, we got strong rents, so people with money already put it into the city. But you can do it. You can start cheap money in Fall River. Like if you're buying your first house, you got $10,000 in a bank. You're buying a 3-family. You can buy it.
That's what I was gonna get
into. You build on it.
So what's the lowest you can work with, the lowest credit score and the lowest like down payment you think, just in case it's somebody out here like, you know, think like I want to buy a house, my credit's not great, like what can you work with?
I hear people saying like 580, But you know, if you're a 5'8",
that's low to me.
If you're a 5'8", yeah, you're like, how are you alive? You got a 5'8" dress code. Yeah. But like, yo, if you're a 5'8", do me a favor, get to a 620 before you call me. Then you can pretty much do anything you need to do, whether it's no money down, 3.5% down, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nice. So you can actually do that shit with no money down?
Yeah, you can do no money down on single families, multi-families.
Yeah, people out here flexing on the gram, dude. And they're over there flexing on the gram with like freaking houses that they put no money down. Let me find out.
Hey, it still is, man.
That's hilarious. That's cool too.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna hate on that. Like, that's a cool hustle.
That's
like,
it.
I mean, if you, but yeah, you get your money right, because you could lose that crib, right?
Hey, if you don't pay your mortgage, you'll lose it. You know. Or you'll get a letter from me in the mail like saying I want to buy your house before it gets foreclosed on. You know what I'm saying? You can always do that.
I saw.
If you're in trouble, sell me your house.
I'm gonna post a video too, right before you answer this. I saw a video of you talking to somebody or giving them advice on like how to kick somebody out the house or something.
Oh, that tenant on County Street, that was wild. That's this dude Brad from my office. He's 19, man. He's cool though, but that was just jokes. You know what I'm saying?
19 and he's 19, doing his thing.
He's in real estate. Yeah,
nice.
I guess his story is like he wanted to do real estate. He went through like a real estate book. His dad had got him. He started calling places like, yo, I want to be an intern.
I thought that was a toothpick in your mouth that whole time. No, that's a grill. That's gold, people.
That's half my grills right there. I'm low key. I can like have conversations, maybe sneak it in the closing, depending on.
You did a good job with it. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, and I guess he called up. You know, some offices like, hey, I'll be an intern because he didn't have his license yet. He became an intern. He got his license, and now he's putting deals together, and it's cool to watch him do it. And like he takes it serious. He's got like the watch. He's got like a nice car. Yeah, well, he tucks his shirt in his pants.
That's what clients want to see, though, sometimes.
Boom,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would want either that or you. You know what I mean? I would want somebody being real or you know what I mean, real professional like that. Like, I don't know half-ass shit. Like,
you got to be all or nothing. So, like, the thing is, it's funny, man. I had to listen on County. Man, I was just like, oh, this is going to be a tough list. And, you know what I'm saying? I stuck him down there. And, like, I always joke, like, I didn't expect him to come back alive. But he sold it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, this kid's an animal. Man. But one of the tenants was never letting him in. Like, he wouldn't let him in to show it. He wouldn't let in to put in smoke detectors. He wouldn't let him in to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, you give him 24 hours notice. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
And then you told him what to do if...
Yeah, that was complete terrible advice. I don't want to think that was real. You know what I'm saying? That's why I threw it up. A lot of my shit's low-key jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So I tell him I'm like, yeah, just give him 24-hour notice, kick in the back door. But I'm like, listen, if you're going to shoot him, you got to do it in the hallway. If you shoot him in the house, there's going to be, like, legal problems. Like, obviously, you can't shoot nobody selling the house.
You got to do it in the hallway and below the waist.
That's it, man.
So, your teenage life, you know what I mean? Obviously... It wasn't good for anybody at your age who was a teenager. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, a lot of people, went down a bad path, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? What kept you out of that? Did you do it any time?
Never. Brockton Y when I was a little kid.
I did Brockton Y too.
That doesn't count. That's our summer camp. You know
Speaking of Mr. Coogan, yeah, I mean, a lot of people want to hear the story. I'm going to tell that story one day too, because I was the one that called the bomb threats out of Durfee.
Because you don't want to take a test or something, right?
No,
that's the rumor on the street.
No,
you wasn't feeling multiple choice, so school's canceled.
I was in my senior year of Durfee, and the year before I got thrown off the team not because of my grades, but because of the wrestling team. And my junior year I got thrown off, and not because of my grades, but because I was skipping class towards the second half, not like during wrestling, like, you know what I mean, like time. So when it was wrestling, I stood at school the whole time. As soon as the season was over, I was skipping class, getting into trouble, fights, all that noise. Yeah. So I got thrown off the team in my junior year. So going into my senior year, and I couldn't argue it or nothing. You know what I mean? There was nothing I could do. Like, so going into my senior year, I'm going to Mr. Coogan. I'm like, hey, like, everything's cool this year. Like, if I, you know what I mean? If I, go to class and like do what I gotta do, don't be getting into no fights. Like, I can be on the wrestling team. And he's like, yeah. So. I did it all for like a good month and a half. Like, went to class every day. Like, you know what I mean? Respected everybody, did my thing, stayed out of trouble. I was, on the wrestling team. Good 2-3 weeks went by, and my coach gave me a paper that was from the state. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, we can't have you on the wrestling team, and I'm like, what? And it was straight said from previous years. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, like, wouldn't you want a kid to turn around because of this program? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what I did. And coach was like, nothing I can do, go see Coogan. So obviously I went to go see Coogan. I was living, man. I went to go see him, and I gave him the paper. I'm like, yo, like, I was swearing at him. Like, yo, what is this shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you told me, like, you promised me if I did this and this that I'd be on the game. And he was like, I knew this was gonna happen. I just got off the phone with them. There was nothing I could do. And I'm like, come on. He said, nothing I could do. So I just rebelled. Like, I just felt like there was no point of being in school.
Yeah.
So, like, it was one of those things. The next day I came into class, and it's one of those things. Like, yo, if I'm not going to wrestling practice, nobody is. Like, you know what I mean? I did that, and, I got into so much more trouble than I thought. I thought it was just going to be a little, suspension, maybe 9 days, something like that.
Yeah.
Especially with Coogan, you can talk your way down, on in trouble. But this was, like, state shit. Like, you know what I mean? Especially with this was, like, a year after 9/11.
Bad timing. Bad timing.
And I heard stories about this guy called a bomb threat at Diamond. This guy called it, nothing happened to him, but... Oh, yeah, I went right to Brockton Y, 4 months, bro. I didn't have to go to a program after that, though. Nah, because they were really like, when they were doing my assessment, they were like, dude, you don't belong here. I was like, nah, I'm not a bad kid. I just made a dumb mistake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I told him, and I was always honest, too. I told him straight up, like, this is what happened. I felt like I got fucked over, and that's what I did. It was stupid of me. Like, I learned my lesson. And, I never got in trouble again.
All students loved you. You got the day off, you know what I'm saying?
No, everybody was happy about it, you know what I mean? But, yeah, again, I never got locked up again. So that the juvie thing, like, there's only like 15% of people, I guess, are in that, like, 50% that don't, like, get reoffended and get back in there.
Yeah, it's a cycle. You know
so
what I'm saying?
It works out.
A lot of kids out here, like, when we were going to school, even now, when you got the school to jail pipeline, you got a lot of kids that maybe aren't coming from the best environments. They act up in school and they get incarcerated young and they get taught that that's going to be their life.
I'm actually surprised it happened so long. Like, it took all the way to senior year for me to, like, get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because I was a punk. I was a wicked big troublemaker, like, growing up. And I blame that on weed, because I didn't smoke weed. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like if I did smoke weed when I was a kid, I would have been way more calmer, you know what I mean? Way more relaxed and not as nervous to, like, go to school and take tests and all that noise, like, you know what I mean? But I didn't smoke weed, so I was just, you know what I mean? I never went to doctors to see if I had a ADHD or anything like that, so... I don't know. I was a wicked big punk. I loved to fight. Like, you know what I mean? When I was a kid, I used to love it, man. Just, you know what I mean? It would, no matter what, even if I was being outnumbered, and not like that, like, or I outnumbered it. Not that it happened a lot, but, like, you know what I mean? It was a good. And I love causing trouble too. It was just
that
fun.
Was just the city, though. You know what I'm saying? I remember, like even if you wasn't in beef as a kid growing up, everyone had a beef. All your boys had a beef. It was just beef city back then. That's the way it was.
I'd say, especially with me growing up with fucking Dover boys, like, you know what I mean? I had a lot. I had beef I didn't even know I had.
Boom.
Like, you know what I mean?
It seems like till you find out, right? Say it to the wrong place, wrong time. But, like, that's what's cool about the city now is it's so much more. It doesn't matter where you're from. There's so much more people coming together. Like, chances are you're
all
cool
the
with
guys,
from everywhere.
a lot of the gangs that I beefed with, like, we have mad respect for each other. I actually coached with some of the, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna throw names, but Asian boys, Bloods, like,
that's
I mean,
growth.
they were all coaching with me, like, you know what I mean? And these were guys that, like, you know what I mean? Like, almost we would threaten each other in our minds, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, if this motherfucker goes to school, if I see this motherfucker, like, you know what I mean? And now I'm not just coaching with them, but we commenting on statuses, like, you know what I mean? We watching the games together and shit. It's nuts. It's good. It's good to see. Like, it really is good to see, because, you know what I mean? We grew up and it wasn't like that. So much hate for nothing.
You know what it is? It was
like,
just the timing, because so many different people were coming from, like, Boston or Providence, or, like, different just backgrounds. So when you put everyone together and they're not used to each other, and then it's neighborhoods, right? It's like, I remember back in the day, like, neighborhoods.
Back in the day, it was neighborhoods.
Boom. Now it's way more like people still beef,
Everybody's
but it's more diverse. No one's beefing with you because you're really from here. They're beefing with you. Maybe with something else.
I could tell. Well, that was a big thing too in my life, was moving down north. When we moved down here, like, you know what I mean? It was a lot easier for me to stay out of trouble, so I would have to troop all the way down south. And I'm telling you the truth, a lot of times when I trooped down here, the trouble was already caused.
Right,
like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So it was a good thing my parents moved out here and bought this crib. Like, you know what I mean? It worked out for us.
That's
sure.
dope.
And now it's, you know what I mean? We're gonna inherit it. Like, you know what I mean? I plan on inheriting it and doing the same thing that my dad did, and, like, renting it out to my nephews and nieces, making sure they're good, like, when they get out of school and all that noise, which they're all about to go to college and shit. So
that's dope. Yeah,
my niece just graduated.
Moves up, you know what I'm saying? Moves
up
in life.
It's good to see it. My niece, who's actually going to Curry, is my brother Marcio's kid, which you know Marcio. He was a wild child.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And this girl is just a genius. She's going to Curry College. Like, she ain't going to no small college. So proud of her. Like $100,000 scholarship she got because of her grades and stuff like that. It's crazy.
It's good, man. That's good to see people make it, especially with backgrounds, it just shows like the difference a generation can make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, like that's one thing I noticed too is that a lot of those guys that I beefed with back in the day, they not just became good people, they became good dads too. Like, you know what I mean, and all that noise.
Yeah, that's a good turnaround because there wasn't that many dads back in the day. You know?
And it's good. Yeah, you lose friends. It's one of those things. Like, you know what I'm trying to say, with people dying, people fall, especially out here with the problems coming out here. You know, people just obviously think that this is there's got to be a better road.
Of course,
like, you know what I mean?
That's one thing about Fall River, right? Especially like around our age, it doesn't matter where you're from or who you are. Like everybody's lost. People like jail, death. You know what I mean? Drugs, all that stupid shit.
The second you're born, I say it all the time. The second you're born in Fall River, you're already born with a struggle. We're all going through our own personal struggle, all our own personal obstacles. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't none of us better than anybody, no matter what your income is. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody, we're all dealing with something.
You're in the same pile. You know
exactly.
Exactly.
Probably lost the same friends too. Lost the same people. It's rough, man. Like, shout out to everybody we've lost, and because it's Fall River that probably did it to them.
Fall River will find you.
It make or break you. It really does. It like really make you straighten up your hat if you're soft, man. Like it's gonna do it, dude.
It is what it is out here. I mean, I love my city, but.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But if it doesn't break you, you become somebody like you, or somebody like, at least I can't say somebody like me, but like I'm doing something I love right now.
I have no one's bothering you, so it is what it is.
I have absolutely no intentions of like being like some YouTube star. I want to do something for the city. You know what I mean? Something like people can like just be real with. Nothing like, you know. I always even tell you this. Like, man, I've never really like talked to somebody before they came on the show. I want it to be natural. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, we're shooting the shit. This is like what I want to do. I want to be just like Joe Rogan. I want people to come on here, promote themselves. I want me to promote them. I want, you know what I mean? I want everybody to know, like, exactly that. Like, yo, don't judge like a book by its cover, because this kid is not just more successful than you, but he'll show you how to be as successful as him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so there's no reason to hate, no reason to judge. Like you'd be surprised. Like, Fall River is actually can make you. Like, I mean, that should really be our quote around here. I forget what it is. Like, we'll try. Like, now, if you really try, it can make you something. Like, you can be somebody. Like, you know what I mean?
You can make it. You make it here. You can make it anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I know it is what it is.
Yeah, I do notice that when I go out, like when I'm anywhere else, I'm like, man, it's just not the same. You know, it doesn't breathe the same blood like everywhere else. Like, you know what I mean? It's just different. You
go through your struggles out here. You get kids sometimes, man. Go to the store for a loaf of bread. You're like, fuck, I hope I come back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit ain't supposed to be that hard. You know what I'm saying? You can go through that. You can.
Well, I grew up on 3rd Street.
Life. Boom.
And so I was towards the middle at first, and we ended up moving down like back to Lizzie Bowden's house.
Yeah.
And from there we moved down there Kennedy Park, which where things really got popped off.
Yeah.
And about like 14, 15 years old, I came down here, which
that's cool.
Which was a whole nother like world. When I and even though it's Fall River and like it's just right here, like moving here from Kennedy Park, it was like, dude, everybody here is so soft. Like, you can't walk around over here. Like, you don't have to worry about like any fights like that. But like I noticed that getting older, like a lot of these guys became soft.
Yeah.
Too. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, man, you kind of need Fall River. You need to get into these fights. Yep. You need to learn that lesson, or you're gonna become a fucking cocksucker when you get older, and you're not gonna be able to defend your woman. You're not gonna be able to defend, you know what I mean? Well, your man, if that's what you're into. You're not gonna be able to defend your family, and I feel like that's one thing Fall River like kind of like showed me.
You stay on your toes.
Yeah, stay on your toes.
Even when you make it.
Punch first, ask questions later. You know what I mean? You protect yourself at all fucking times, bro.
You gotta make it home to the people that love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And who are the people I love you? Fall River, right?
That's it, man. I love Fall River. Even if someone doesn't like me at this point, like, I don't care. Like, as long as you're not hurting me, as long as you're not like trying to hurt me, like even if you got something mean to say, I'll just be like, all right, enjoy your day. Yo.
I don't care about you.
I still wish you the best.
But wish you the best. I hope you're making a lot of money. I hope you guys keep doing what you're doing. But like, I don't care what you say.
Like, come over right now. Like,
I'm happy. Like,
I want to go make 20,000. You know what I'm saying?
I love my job. I love my friends. I love like what I do and shit like that. I could care less what anybody else says. Probably my family's tight with me. Like, you know what I mean? My kids, my nieces and nephews are all good. Like, they're taken care of. Ready. They're just as smart. They're smarter than me than I was at their age. You know what I mean? They're good kids and they ain't smarter than me. That's
and it notice, like, if you do well in Fall River and you're from it, like, you get a lot of love out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people will show you just like tremendous amount of love. Like, yo, that's what's up, because they know the odds. They know what it is. They gotta respect it.
I wanted to get you on here for that exact reason. And I told you before, I was kind of like, no, there's people actually, like, I've been so nervous to hit up to like be like, yo, you should come on and talk and like, you know, promote yourself. And they're all saying the same thing. Like, I wish you would just hit me up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I like you say, like, I love it. I love promoting people. Like, I don't know if people want to do it or not. But I have been getting a lot of love for this.
I see it, and you're getting the views, and it's you know what it is? It's like a hit quick. I didn't see what like 8 views. I seen you with like 2,000 plus views off the bat. So that's just the boom, boom, boom. You got these people.
I hope people want this. Like I hope people want like everybody
only get
like
bigger.
a Joe Rogan type show is like whether you know the person or not. Like whether and like eventually just watch it. Like it's always gonna be the same. It's always gonna be natural, and I always want that person. It'd be like that. Just talk to me the way you would talk to me if this wasn't on. Like,
and 4 of his stories.
One thing I do, I'm picky not about my guests, but one thing I know I'm not gonna have is somebody who's not gonna be honest with me on camera. Like, you know what I mean? I knew you were going to keep it real with me. Like, you know what I mean? I knew you, like, and that's one of the biggest reasons I wanted you to get on. Like, I don't want nobody that's going to come on here like a fucking robot. Like, you know, I'm a good guy. Like, listen, we're all, like, good people. We all want to tell everybody, like, with this. But it's like, you know, what are you doing, like, for yourself, for the city? Like, you know what I mean? That's what I said. We're talking for
real
River.
People, real shit.
We're talking for River. We're promoting for River. Like, that's what I want to know. I don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, and, again, like just going back to the beginning, like, everything you do. I notice it. I know people notice it. And I hope you don't stop it. Like for real. Like, and that's the thing. And I know it's not like something planned. Mm-hmm. You know, I know you don't do it for the gram. Like, you know? So it's just like I can't even sit here and tell you like, what are you gonna do next? Like, yo, are you gonna give money to the homeless? Like, I know it's not like that. I know it, you know what I mean. If it crosses your path, like, you know what I mean.
If I can set something up, I try.
If you can help them, you'll help them.
Exactly. You gotta, because I'm always, you know what it is like you said, man. You do it with time, and like I respect that so much because especially when you're dealing with kids. You can't throw cash at kids. Like your kid you're going to help this week, 3 months from now, he's going to have different problems, and he's going to talk to you about it because you're going to be able to give him guidance. You have that relationship with him. Whereas me, it's like I'm always on the go. Like, so I don't have the time to, like, mentor a kid or help a kid like that. So I throw cash, which is cool. The kids fly, but, like, is that making him as good of a person as someone, a grown man teaching him shit? You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I just do what I can to fit in. You know what I mean?
But that part does leave an impression on him.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
well, here's the thing, right? When we was coming up, and you seen someone fly, getting money that's relatable. None of them was a 9 to 5 or
they weren't doing what they were supposed to be.
That's something I always want to show. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking nobody. That a kid that's going through the game and learning and just doing what they see in life. But like, I'm not gonna be the 30-year-old ex-gangster tough guy like glorifying stupid shit that you wouldn't. Would you want your kids doing that? So why would you want to front and have other kids, you know what I mean, show them if you can do better, put that out there. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with chilling with your crew and having a good night, but like, that gangster shit, it's gotta stop.
Yeah,
like it's not that it's gotta stop. It's like, don't you graduate at some point? Like, I would imagine that like when you get a job and you're a boss, you don't want to work. Like, you know what I mean? Wouldn't being a gangster be the same thing? Like, you put in your time, you put in your work.
Exactly.
When you get to that age, don't don't you have enough like cred where you can just stop? Like, you shouldn't know enough people, or at least made enough money, you know what I'm trying to say, to like
transition to a different game, do whatever you want. But
that's what you did.
You can't be like there's nothing cool about being 30 years old selling 50s. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's corny. That's whack. You know what I mean?
I like some kid just got popped the other day, and I knew him, man, and it pissed me the fuck off. Like, cause like I don't hate on anybody's hustle. This kid got popped, and he got popped with fentanyl, and I was like, motherfucker, like, you just lost all my fucking respect.
That's like the hot button drug right now. You know, dude, it's the body count.
I'm like just dumbfounded when it comes to, like, you know what I mean, when people are on shit, when people are selling shit. I never know any of that stuff. I'll never know when somebody's like really hustling and stuff like that, like drugs.
Yeah.
So like, just to see that, I've known this kid forever, and like, so and we grew up together. We've lost people to this. Like, you know what I mean? Are you the motherfucker that is fucking selling this shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. Like, that shit is insane. And just looking at him too, it's like, yo, you're not some like punk. Like, you know what I mean, crackhead, you're a hard worker. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, if you put that time into real estate, if you put that time into being a chef,
boom.
You know what I mean? Like, you'd be making way more money than you are now.
It's slow money at first, but it's a longer future. You know,
and it's honest money.
You say, boom, let's see, you don't gotta watch your back.
Yeah, this is say it's not even just about a story. It feels good sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I love getting my check.
Yeah.
And I love going on vacation. I love buying something for my mom or my nieces or something like that.
Ooh,
like,
people aren't worried about you. You know what I'm saying? Not stressing out the ones you love.
That's like, I'm a little different than you. I have too many nieces and nephews to go give random kids money right now.
Yeah, you gotta take care of the family first.
Yeah, them first, and then then I'll be giving. I got just in this country along with my brothers out in England right now. I have with a family out there.
Wow.
Yeah, I got about like 5-6 nieces out in England and Portugal, and I got like 12 running around just in Fall River. And my godson.
That's what's up. Keeps
So
you busy, man.
yeah, it's Christmas time. Like it's insane. But I'm T Johnny. You know what I mean? Like I'm the one with no kids.
That's it.
So like I'm the one that gets to have fun
Give
with
me that.
all of them.
Yeah.
Be playing Fortnite with them. Like I'm not gonna give you money for Fortnite. I'll just play Fortnite with you.
Exactly. I'll beat you for free. Yeah.
But they're all
Quality
good
time.
kids. Yeah, and I hope a lot of things you do rub off. Everything that you're saying, and I hope that shit rubs off on people that are watching.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Because that like $50 to a little kid comes a long fucking way. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not even just the $50. It's the, I don't know, I can't even think of the word, but it's pretty much how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Like him seeing like you know, giving him sneakers.
Yeah, just popping out, hitting them with it, boom, going on with your thing.
Like, yeah, like I didn't know. Like it's not like this was Christmas and my mom told me like, hey, be good at school and I'll get you what you want for
Yeah,
Christmas.
it's just random.
Yeah, it was random, and
Mm-hmm.
those like random acts of kindness. It's like what people need, and yeah, that's what it is. Just an act of random
You
kindness.
gotta balance the scales, man. Usually something out here random happens, it's bad shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you got a chance to do something good random, it's just cool. You know
Does
what
it
I'm
feel
saying?
like you're making up for the trouble you caused when you were younger?
I don't know, man. You know what is? I don't never feel bad about nothing because everybody goes through stages of life.
Yeah,
like
we
young
all
kids, you don't
cause
see
trouble.
that. You know about real estate, you just see what you see. And here's the thing: you can be the best kid in the world of Fall River. If you're in a certain position, you're gonna learn to be a lion real quick. You're
Was
gonna have
that-
your choices. You know what I'm saying?
What was it like to get that first like real estate commission check?
It was like $4,000. Like I mean,
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was different. It was on a check.
Yeah, let's say you're
Yeah,
like this
you're
now,
right.
like you know what I'm saying. You're like this now, but I bet at the time it was nice.
It was still cool. No, don't get me wrong, but like, come on, in the Fall River, we've all seen
Yeah,
like
good money stacks.
$40,000 before. You know what I'm saying?
I was afraid you were gonna come in here with like stack of money and like,
Yeah.
don't show off too much, bro.
Nah. But yeah, like, so I wanted to do this because I do so many real estate interviews. This one was more like just for Fall River, more laid back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm definitely more conservative with my cash. Now I'll put that into real estate because
I
I see people really doing it, like just laugh at you. You know what I'm saying?
I see your boy Flanagan seeing this and inviting you onto his show. He does this thing too. on the
Yeah, you
radio.
know what's cool is I had seen Gene St. Pierre like on the corner the other day, and I pulled up and I was talking to him, and Will happened to be in a truck. And then when I was leaving, I was like, "Yo, Gene, make sure you have him like on your show." And then Will was like, "Put him on tomorrow, Gene." Like, so I was on it the next day. You know what
Oh,
I'm
were
saying?
you? Oh, nice.
Yeah, so,
All right,
so-
that's fucking
yeah,
dope. I
I'm
gotta
still
watch it.
still waiting for that Flanagan invite. You know what I'm saying?
I'm waiting for that Flanagan
Yeah,
invite too.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
definitely say what's up to him, man. I got so many questions for him.
Yeah, he's a dope. He's just a dope. You know what that thing is? Like the dude, he's such a smart, good dude. Like you give,
Yeah.
you know, how
He's a
it is?
hustler. You straight
people,
up.
People will give you wisdom just the way they talk, like not trying to put on a front. Like he was talking about something in a situation where someone like had a grudge for no reason, and he was like, "Yo, why would you walk with a hot stone in your hand? Like just let it go." I'm like, "Wow, that makes sense." And like a cool, gently try to guide someone
Yeah,
way,
suave,
other than like
like-
telling
yeah.
them what to do. You know what I mean?
Nah, I can't even say I'm looking forward to seeing what happens because like I don't even know what's gonna happen. Like you know what I'm trying to say for Fall River in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So who knows what's gonna happen? Right now, I mean I don't want to see shady shit, but it's a lot of shit that like shouldn't be happening right now. Like you know what I mean when it comes to the waterfront, that's my personal opinion. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
They
yeah.
may making some shady deals down there, but it is what it is. Like I'm happy for the like I'm happy with the hustle. Like the
Mhm.
people that are buying the property, like and all that stuff and making the money, like that's dope.
Yeah,
But like somebody's gonna end up going down for it. Like you know what I mean? Eventually.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
But
crazy.
that pretty much that's not my fucking place to talk about. But we'll
Yeah.
see what happens when it gets there.
Hopefully the city's gonna be alright, or maybe we'll make a dope documentary one day. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
I've always said I think I don't know if you know I haven't, but like we had like a decorator come to Fall River. Like the mayor hired a decorator, and right away it was like you gotta fix the waterfront. Like the waterfront's the first thing people see, and that's why we're getting all this stuff over here because a fucking interior decorator is like told
Advice.
Jaseel that, and now it's so big down there, and it's like, dude, we gotta work in the heart of Fall River. Like, so you're from Fifth Street, and like, I was gonna ask you that when we were off camera, like. Is like what's up with the properties there? Cause I used to run for the garbage company.
Right,
Like,
right.
I mean, when I did the Fifth Street route, I was like, I even made a post about it. I couldn't believe it. Like all the abandoned. Cause I grew up on Third Street. I used to go to Al's Variety all the time. Like you know what I mean, like to see all these houses just like boarded up and stuff like that. It's like, what are people waiting for? You can't even build 3 tenements anymore, right? from what I understand, like you can't build 3 tenements in Fall River. It can only be houses or like duplexes.
Really, that's crazy.
I think I heard something
you can
like
build
that.
it. I haven't heard anyone building one also.
Well, I heard you can remodel one.
Yeah, fix them up.
Yeah, but I heard you cannot build a 3 tenement house in Fall River no more, just like duplexes.
Wow.
This is
See, that's some education for me if that's true. But we got plenty of 3 families to sell, right?
The people that tell me that though are not real estate agents. Yeah, that's just my
when I was running around Fifth, like I haven't been running around for years now, but that street was what it was. Sometimes like I'll cut through it or I'll hit it for real estate, or you're checking somebody that you know that still lives there, and it's still the same exact street. You know what I mean? It's still the same. That whole neighborhood is what it is.
But that's what I mean though. If like those houses that are boarded up and like I think that could you don't think that could make a better picture?
You can always do that. Like Boston's really good at that, right? Like parts of Jamaica Plain and Dorchester and Roxbury were like that, and then they went in and they put money into it. But it's how you go about it, because a lot of times the city's gonna put money into, fucked up areas, and they're gonna push all those people out.
That is true.
Move rich people in.
That's what they did in Compton. Like that's a big deal in Compton right now.
That's corny.
People are sitting there right now like, oh, Compton is so nice now because Compton's so nice to live in, but. What really happened is like they fixed up the houses and they pushed everybody out. Ice Cube ain't there no more.
So then like sometimes they'll do it. Sometimes, and I'm not saying Boston did that in those aspects. Sometimes they'll do it where it's like they'll fix it up and they'll bring some new money in, but they'll keep certain people try to like. And there's a science to it. I don't know the science of how to fix it, but yeah, you can always. What is it? What's the thing that
that's probably what they do.
It's poverty, right?
Yeah, they fix it up. You know what I mean? And then they're pretty much going to tell the residents that their rent's going to go up and everything's going to go up. And then next thing you know, they drive down the street and there's a billboard right there that says, yo, come to Fall River.
Yeah.
Cheap rent. That's where they get pushed to. They get pushed down here.
For decades. For decades.
Yeah, it's been happening. Yeah, that is not nothing new. A lot of people have been saying that too. Like, oh, when the trains come to Boston. It's like, when trains come to Fall River, it's going to be a lot of people. It's been like that.
People cry about everything.
Yeah, like I don't know who you guys hang out. I see
people moves on a train? You take a car, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen someone move on a train. That'll bring money. That'll bring businesses. That'll bring whatever. But I'd like to see that happen eventually. It's like anything. There's always going to be good and bad. But at the end of the day, if you want to be successful, you want to do something, like it don't matter what's in a paper. Like you can grind out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to grind harder based on the environment. Sometimes things come easier. But you got to make the moves yourself.
So when's the Nate Carroll scholarship fund coming, dude?
What's next for you? Get your GED program.
Yeah,
like I did.
Something like that.
I'm only playing. I got no idea, man. But I'd love to have that much money one day where you can do like some big time philanthropy where maybe I'm not here anymore. But
you will get it. You're gonna get that money.
Oh man,
you're gonna,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know you are. Like since the day I met you, like what I'm trying to say, like OPT was always like Costa Fitz. They always told me like this kid grinds. Like he wants to. Pretty much get to the top of that food chain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. If the top of the food chain means they're going to have all that money to be a philanthropist, then I see it.
You can't take it with you, man. And you gotta, like, especially for, like, I'm blessed. I'll leave forward, but I'll buy things.
Right.
I'll go
that's the word I was looking for. I get that out of you. Yeah. When I see that shit on Instagram that you post, it's like, yo, this kid is blessed. Like, that he feels blessed. He feels grateful. It's not... Fun. Like, if anybody, exactly, you're having fun with it, though, and people are taking it, like, not people are taking it, but you could tell people probably look at it a different way. Yeah. Like, yo, this is not a front. He's not arrogant. Like, this is just who he is. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And, like, you would be a worse person if you were in his position, I think. It's almost one of the things I tell people.
Maybe people are used to that, but, like, yo, you don't, like, we grinded how we had to grind. We did what we had to do. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
I know there's so much more that I'm like missing right now. Like, you know what I mean, that like just like I said, giving turkeys to not kids to to families and with money too. Making sure they have their sides too.
Yeah, 'cause everybody gives a turkey. That's just being that was funny because I'm a little arrogant. Everyone gives turkeys, and I hate it when a group of people get together and they are the guy handing the turkey out of the truck, but like some company's paying for it.
Do you really throw ones away?
Nah, I don't think anymore. But like, it depends. Like, cause now I know every dollar counts. But like back then, like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
The ones that want. Like I remember I had money one time.
I mean, yeah, if you just got $9,994. Yeah, fuck them $4.
Yeah,
you just got 10 stacks. Like
I remember like one time I was at work and I put my stack of money on the hood. And it blew, like some of it blew, but it was all the 20s on top, and they went in the bushes. And I was like, fuck those 20s. Like, I don't have time. To stop, pick it up.
So do you got a big old house there in Fall River? Do you plan on buying like a property and building, or do you have your eye on something?
Yeah, right now I just got multi-families in Fall River. I live in them.
For yourself? Like
for myself. So I live in them. and I'll rent the other ones, you know what I'm saying, and
Nah,
I'll
that's
rent the ones I
fucking
live in. I'm just gonna keep it like that because it's just me and a dog, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
yeah.
And like I'll take the money right now, and I've never been a type of person like, oh, I need a big house, I need whatever, but I'm at the same time, like sometimes I feel like I need 6 gold chains, so it doesn't make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a bad and evil to it or whatever you want to call it. Like my boy, I'm the same way. My boys right now, like they're all buying houses. My boy Hugo just bought a huge house in the Highlands,
Nice.
down at the top of Seven Hills. And buddy Leo just bought one again. Rock Street, Costa's looking for one. All the boys are looking for one.
Yeah.
But I'm almost looking at it as a business type of way. Like, my parents are gonna leave me this. Yep. And it's not even like a business type, because if I would have made money, I'd just be taking care of my nieces and nephews anyway. So might as well just move them in here so they could save the money, and so they're good. Like just like I was. Like my family took care of me. Like obviously growing up, right. I had cheap rent and all that shit. They should have the same thing. I don't plan on fucking them over.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
grow together, grow as a unit.
Exactly. And then I'm cool with him. I'm cool with me and my dog. You know what I mean? It's the same. I'm up. Like you saw me down in the basement, and I know a lot of people watching it. You know what I mean? I've been in that basement.
I thought that's where I was gonna go. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I was just walking in today, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, moved on up, and I've been up here for a little bit, man, and I love it. I love paying all the bills. Like I love, like, you know what I mean, paying cable bill. I love feeding my dog, man. It's cool.
Like people cry they don't like bills, but like as a grown man, like there's nothing better than knowing you got the bills handled.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Coming from not having the bills handled, that sucks. Like just whatever. Like I gotta pay some bills, but eventually you just pay bills and you have extra money. Then you learn how to make money and you're good.
I love looking at, like, I remember when I started with just like a bed, like, you know what I mean, and I bought the couches, then I bought the new computer, and like, well, obviously the fridge and all that stuff came first, you know what I mean, and the TV, like actually the TV was the first thing. Like I loved buying it all and then like looking at it now, like, fuck yeah. Like I bought, you know what I mean, I bought all this shit.
Put a house together, a life together.
I hustled for this shit too.
Boom,
like, you know what I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm one of these freaking clowns that hustled and have nothing to show for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that makes me feel good about it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so. But man, it's getting a little late here. That was fun. I want to get you back on here again, because that was fucking dope. That was one of probably the most natural conversation I had so far with
it's cool, man. It's been a long time. I felt like I just caught up with you. You know what I'm saying?
For real, yeah, it has been a long time, man. It's been dude, last time we actually went out, we went to playoffs. Yeah, and you didn't get into a fight with me, Fitzy.
I was mopping people up. You know
me, Fitzy, and Brian.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, why'd you do that?
Well, yeah, it wasn't even our fight. It was Fitzy's like boy fight.
It's Fall River. Like split second, like yo, they had to go.
See Fitzy fight. I'm gonna have to back him up. Like, you know what I mean, and Brian is an animal. Brian's. Like,
it was over quick. It was settled pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That was a fun time. I never. And there was people like recording. I never got to see that shit. That was a good. It was a good brawl.
Yeah, it'd be dope if we could just end the interview with it. You know what I'm saying? That was funny, man.
But yeah, I'm gonna add your videos in here for sure. So hopefully, if that video does come up,
that was a good night in Fall River.
Yeah, we
back
did.
Then.
That's what it was.
That was just a good night. No problem. Everything's cool. And then some like whatever harmony together.
And back to the night scene in Fall River. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously that shit sucks when it's fight. I would hate to be a business club owner and fucking big brawl fucking pops up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But obviously that stuff don't happen all the time, and I feel like a lot of places, it's almost like worth it. You know, you look at the clubs out in Providence and Boston, they be getting a couple little fights here and there, but they're doing successful. Like,
it's
you know
gonna
what I mean?
happen anytime you get a whole bunch of people together.
Playoffs were straight, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't a dress code. You know, you went in there, you got your drink on, good music. You know what I mean? Played shots and pool, and then they closed that bitch. And then they did the same thing with Entourage, like, you know what I mean? And they like Aqua Lounge was cool too, and then Escape. You know what I mean? I used to go to that was like where I went for like my 21st birthday. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I first got my ID, went to Escape with Joe Gavale all the time. That closed down because I think pretty much because of the dress code and stuff like that. I wouldn't say it was because of that. It was more like because Joe moved his businesses. But like Raw, Entourage, Click, like these places can't be doing that. You got to think Fall River. Stop thinking Providence. Stop thinking Newport.
You know why they're
like,
doing
you know
it
what I mean?
to like eliminate like fights and elements like that.
That's gonna happen.
That's just why they're doing it. Cause like here's the thing, I don't got time for. I'm very out and about because I'm working when I'm in the city. But like when I'll be in different parts of the country at 5-star restaurants, dress how I want to dress. So you think I'm not gonna care about going to your place. I'm not gonna buy a $7 Long Island iced tea. I'll go get a $140 tomahawk steak with my hat like this. I feel like it. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm a mojito guy. I get that expensive drink before I go and buy, like, you know what I mean, this margarita from fucking. Yeah, but again, I'm waiting fucking 45 minutes, an hour. You know what I'm trying to say for a Tom Collins, easy drink to make. Like, you know what I mean, at Click, and it's these girls like, hey, you look nice, but I'm not waiting 45 minutes because the fucking owner's son wants to get his fucking dick wet. Like, you know what I mean? He wants to hire you for that reason. Like, like get out of here. Hire some real fucking bartenders. Like, that's how the night scene is gonna pop off around here.
That's funny.
You know what's we're gonna look back at this interview. It's gonna end up being me. I'm gonna end up opening up a spot. Like,
I believe in you. That's what's up.
I'm gonna reopen the Copacabana.
There you go, baby. That's it. Bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Nate, you want to do a nice send off? Say what's up. Say bye, everybody. Let them know where they can reach you at. I'm gonna put your Instagram handle and all that noise. You know what I mean?
Boom, boom,
but you can give them a little bit more information on Like the Life.
And you can hit me up 774-526-1780. And I appreciate that, my man. Thank you for having me.
Always, man. Thank you, Nate. Thank you for all of
it. You know what's good forever. What I'm puffin' on, yeah, I got that low screen. Twisting up a L, that's a 508 smoke screen. Tag it twice, then I pass it to the whole team. Pimp until I knock out, and then I have some dope dreams. So mean, got me tweaking off a hit a reaper. And fuck the police, now it's just a misdemeanor. That loud got me on lean, like I'm sniffing ether. Every time I roll up, I'm feeling like that Wiz Khalifa. Yeah. That Mary J is like some Novocaine. Only that exotic, I ain't never touching lower grade. Johnny be my ace, I ain't talking about a poker game. And when we get together, we setting off them smoke grenades. I call the homies up and ask them if they wanna smoke. What